So, as polling day fast approaches, how are the leaders and their parties shaping up, and what can we expect in their final push to win us over? Well, Rebecca McQuillan is at the Herald columnist. She's with us now, along with Alex Massey, who's a columnist at the Times and Scotland editor of The Spectator too. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
How are you? Has it been a good week, Rebecca? What's been the highlight for you in this last full week of campaigning?
I think, this has been quite let's say, a lacklustre campaign for most of the time. I think if there's one thing that has changed at this point, it's that particularly over the last week, we've finally seen a debate starting to happen about one of the core propositions in this campaign, which is independence. We started to see questions arise about what independence would actually mean post-Brexit for Scotland. And we saw that at the beginning of the week in the Andrew Marr show, Nicola Sturgeon being questioned quite closely about what would happen if there were a hard border between Scotland and England. And that was a theme that was picked up again during the Channel 4 debate. So yes, this has been a campaign where people have stuck to their core messages. But that's one thing that I think did need to happen and has changed. I mean, over the course of last year, we saw many months in a row the polls showing a majority, up to 55% in favour of independence. In the absence of that debate in this campaign, the SNP calling for a majority so that they can push for a referendum. And now that debate about what Scottish independence would actually mean is starting to happen, and we'll hear a lot more about that.
Alex, would you agree? Do you think it's been more substantive this week?
Well, yes and no. It's been more substantive in terms of, what happens with the border in the event of independence is obviously a significant issue. What happens with RBS is obviously a significant issue. And it's quite clear that RBS, in common with other large financial services companies, will move their headquarters from Scotland after independence, if independence ever happens. So those are substantial issues, certainly. However, they are, and I think they're also issues that Nicola Sturgeon would rather not be talking about in the final stages of a campaign.